Try one of those
These are lemon?
banana bread muffins.
Oh, banana bread. Oh, I've been
These
smelling
are
those.
almond
Oh, I'm gonna have one of
with,
these really quick.
Those are almond with
I've been
apricot.
smelling this.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
This is great.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Ross. I wrote The Icing on the Cupcake. It comes out April 27th nationwide, and we are here to celebrate sugar and talk to as many women bakers as we can.
My name is Casparian, and I am a registered dietitian and a baker. I went to the Culinary Institute, and I want to open a bakery in East Austin as soon as financially possible. I try to be a dietitian when I bake as much as I can.
Hi, I'm Meghan Krasnoff, and my company is Sugartooth Bakery, and it's a vegan bakery in South Austin, and I've been doing that for about 1.5 years or so now, and I've been baking for, well, a long time.
Hey, I am in South Austin with 2 baking girls, women, goddesses.
Yes.
Goddesses. And this is awesome, the house, the cupcakes. Thank you for having me. I just want to do some little interview stuff to figure out your secrets for baking and when you started. Let's start with that. What started you baking, and what's your earliest memory baking?
Well, I think baking is the one thing that you can do when you're little. Like, we're just, you know, your mom's cooking something and she's chopping something. You're not allowed to do that. But if she's baking and you get, you know, you have a bunch of ingredients in a bowl, she'll let you mix it. So that's kind of where I started.
I've been baking since I was probably able to reach the counter.
As soon as you could reach the counter.
I lived in Italy from 11 years old till 18.
So good baking there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I started a cake business when I was in high school, and I would sell to all these American expats. And they paid me a lot of money for these cakes that I had no idea what I was doing. It was really, like, I think back to some cakes and they were totally bunk.
Dry.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Full of sugar though. Mm-hmm. That's what you really want.
Right, exactly.
One of the things my grandmother really taught me how to bake, and you know, there are all these like secrets I picked up from her, and I don't know if you guys have any secrets you'd like to share with your baking.
I paid $100,000 for my secrets. There are lots of secrets. It's all science.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I bake vegan, and actually when I started cooking and baking vegan is when I learned that I could cook and bake, and I wasn't actually terrible at it.
Right.
I do have to say that even if you know the science behind something, that baking, whether it's gluten-free or vegan or whatever, that's complete trial and error. And what I tell people is, like, you know, you can flour, butter, and sugar, and it depends on the method that you use. And that's like, it's all the same ingredients, and it depends on how you manipulate the ingredients. Which is why baking is much more awesome than cooking.
And especially with vegan baking, it's like if you want to veganize a recipe, there's a lot of trial and error there.
Okay, what about, what creation are you guys like most proud of right now? Or what have you created recently that you're like, that's awesome?
I'm just impressed that when we want cookies and we're really bored, we just literally throw stuff into a bowl and see what happens.
These are the junk cookies.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they almost always turn out so delicious. But of course, then you can't have them again because you just totally made it up.
Yeah. One of the first like crazy projects I undertook was making cupcakes that had 8-bit Nintendo characters on top. So I took fondant and I made bits. I never really thought of myself as very artistic. Like, I can't really draw, for example, but when it's on a cake, it seems to work out really well.
I'm a registered dietitian also, and so when I make something, I try to make it as healthful as possible, actually. So I will put in whole grains and flax and spelt, and so I'm always experimenting with stuff just to you know, make it as healthful as possible, which is what my bakery is going to be. I also do appreciate really good, delicious things too, though. So it's a balance.
Yeah.
Because of my living in Europe and loving. I love it. Everybody loves a good French baguette.
Oh,
everybody loves a good croissant. Like, you have to. There is a balance. Yeah. But if it's not good, then don't eat it.
People always think, they're like, oh, well, they're vegan, it's good for you. Like, I still use fat and sugar.
Exactly.
And lots of it. I mean, okay, it has no cholesterol. Right. That's a plus, you know.
But it's going to get your blood sugar up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you guys ever wooed anyone with your baking? Is this like a thing?
I'm pretty sure the only reason anyone dates me is because I'm a baker. Pretty much go with that.
Why do you think baking is so satisfying?
I think it's such a specific science and not everybody can do it, and I'm good at it.
I think it's just the process, and you're focusing, and it's kind of a zen thing where you're, it's very meditative, and by the end, you sample something that you've made, and it's tangible as opposed to how you felt in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
I
feel better.
I like the instant gratification.
You guys are the icing on the cupcake. Thanks for being interviewed. So cheers.
Thank you.